Hey guys, welcome to my newest video for today, January 18th? I don't know. Yeah, it's the 18th. Before I get started into what this video is about, a couple of things. First off, to anybody who was wondering how my gastroscopy went yesterday, I'm actually going to save that for another video because that's going to take a while to talk about. Secondly, for my last video I did that Godzilla thing, and as some of you who had seen it, I was having problems with syncing it up. Like, all I have is Windows Movie Maker, and there will be no more videos for that because I spent an hour and a half on Movie Maker trying to edit for the second part, and the sound, needless to say, was completely fucked. It would be, at one point, well, where I filmed it, what I was saying actually wasn't there. It was something I was saying about 2 minutes ahead, so after trying to fix that, I gave up. Those videos will be redone because I think some of us got that message where it says, congratulations, you can now upload videos 15 minutes or longer, and I even tried one video at 18 minutes and it wouldn't let me do it, so I don't know what the fuck was wrong with that, and that just pissed me off so much that I did comment, but I stayed away from YouTube for a little bit because it made me so angry. And second off, to Justin, Ryan 1988, I have been saying I'm sending you something, a package of DVDs. Well, I haven't sent them off yet because, needless to say, I have been absolutely broke. To coin a phrase that I don't even have a pot to piss in would be absolutely true. I do get paid on Thursday, so that day your package will be sent out. Just to give you a little hint on what it is, it's 2 DVDs and a Blu-ray, but that's all you're getting. You're not getting out of me what they are. So yeah, and this video actually is a video response to Justin's video, the top 5 Stephen King films. So my list is going to be completely different from his. In fact, I've never seen it. It never interests me. I am not a huge fan of The Shining, and I must be one of the only people who thought Pet Sematary was never that creepy. It's a great movie, but not too creepy. Maybe because I was like 15 when I saw it. So I'll just get going with my list. Kind of hard to think because there's a lot of great ones, but to just give you a hint, a couple of mine are not going to be horror films. Number 5 is Firestarter, which I always loved. I loved the book. I didn't know why nobody liked the movie, because I thought Drew Barrymore was fantastic. Like everybody in the movie, like her chemistry with David Keith, who plays her dad, you literally thought that these two were father and daughter. And you got some big names, like, you have Martin Sheen and George C. Scott, and maybe because I go into watching movies so non-judgmental that I was like, why is everybody bitching about this movie? So it was a good one. Great music by Tangerine Dream. I've been spending years trying to find the soundtrack on eBay for a really good price and haven't been able to. But yeah, that's number 5. Number 4, another horror one, and not so much a really horror one, but a suspense thriller, and that is David Cronenberg's The Dead Zone. Another book that I loved, and I was about 12 when I saw this movie, and I was like, oh, this is awesome, because I am a fan of Christopher Walken, who I thought was fantastic in this movie, especially like that weird thing he would do whenever he'd touch someone and get the visions. And again, another movie with Martin Sheen, who I thought was fantastic, and who's so over the top fantastic as well. But yeah, I remember a lot of people liking that, but I don't think it got the recognition it so deserved. And actually, it's one of the only few David Cronenberg films I actually like. He's not a director to my taste, so to speak. Number 3. I know people will give me crap because like I said, some people will think The Shining will be on my list, or Carrie, or stuff like that. But number 3 was John Carpenter's Christine. Because, you have the best writer of horror and the best director of horror collaborating, and again, great music. I really wanted that car. Who cares if it's possessed or whatever? Because I like old cars, and I literally did see an old Christine-like car once, and I literally freaked out. It was not red, it was blue, but it was the exact same thing. Love Keith Gordon in this. He was just fantastic. Everyone in a very young Adriana Paul from the Baywatch. It's like, my God, she's barely even aged. Anybody who knows me, I'm a huge John Carpenter fan, so that's why I think that movie just so appealed to me. And like I said, I like cars, I like old 50s stuff, like all the old music I loved and all that stuff. There's that one. Number 2, now this might get me some shit because a lot of people enjoy this one more over than what my number 1 choice is. And I think this is definitely one of the greatest movies ever made, and it's just too bad it came out the year of Forrest Gump, and that, of course, is The Shawshank Redemption. What can you say about that movie? Yet you watch it and you completely forget that it is a Stephen King adaptation. It's from the novella Different Seasons, which I have, and I've read that one. I told my dad, and I agree, and I think a lot of people agree, that if this didn't come out the year before that Forrest Gump did, I think Morgan Freeman definitely would have won the Oscar. It's a fantastic cast. Tim Robbins is fantastic. He should have got nominated too. So I always felt that was kind of a bad thing to have Morgan Freeman nominated but not Tim, because both men were fantastic. I love all the supporting cast. Frank Darabont did an excellent job. He can basically direct Stephen King movies like nobody else. I mean, look at The Green Mile. I love The Green Mile, and I love The Mist. I would actually love to go see that prison if it's still standing. When you think after prison's been used in a movie that it wasn't successful at the time, but I mean, it is widely received as one of the best films ever made, that they keep it up, because obviously they didn't keep the place in Session 9 up. They tore that down, I think. But yeah, it is such a feel-good movie, and for someone who, it's been almost 20 years since that movie was made, and no matter how many times I've seen it, or how much of a gap, like 1 to 2 years since I watched it, I always cry at the end. Like, how the hell can you not cry at the end? And a little trivia is that wasn't the ending they were going to use. They were just going to have it with the end with Morgan on the bus. So thank God they wrote that ended in and put it in the movie, because I think there would have been a lot of pissed off people if you didn't have that ending. Okay, so what the hell is number 1? Well, that's easy. It's a little movie called Stand By Me, which I grew up on. I was about 8 when I first saw that film, and I didn't care it had bad language in it. I just thought it was fantastic. A lot of my favorite actors were in it, because I did grow up watching both Corey Feldman and River Phoenix, because of not only The Lost Boys, but The Goonies and Explorers was one of my absolute favorite films as a kid. And like I said with Christine, I love anything to do with 50s, like music and cars and anything like that. And Rob Reiner, who I don't even think he's even adapted another Stephen King book. And again, this is part of the novella book, Different Seasons, under the name The Body. But yeah, everything about that movie was fantastic. And it brought the song Stand By Me back to life. It's been around since the 50s, and here this movie comes, and almost everybody just loves the song. But yeah, I just love that movie so much. And I know a lot of people will say Shawshank, Pet Sematary, The Shining are the best Stephen King movies. And to me, if I wanted to get really I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, lyrical or whatever the hell the word is, it would be a tie between Shawshank and Stand By Me, because that's how close to greatness those two movies are. And of course you got Kiefer Sutherland, he's great. I think we can all agree he's great at playing the bad guy. He's just great. a little cameo by an extremely young John Cusack, and the soundtrack is great. I had the tape when I was younger, so whenever we go on trips, I'd always have to listen to it, because, like I said, I love 50s music. I was raised on it. But yeah, if you've never seen Stand By Me, I would just say go see it. Go see it. Wish to go see it in the experience in the theater, but I'd say go rent it. Go rent all the ones I just said. You'll probably you might like them, you might not. But I mean, if you can at least give Shawshank Redemption and Stand By Me a try, hopefully you will be extremely pleased. So yeah, that's my top 5. I know probably a lot of people get mad I left out a lot your favorites off and the ones you think are good. But I can safely say if we all love the same damn movies, we'd all be bloody boring. That's what us movie freaks do best, is we agree to disagree. So I do have a bunch of DVDs to show. I've got 9 this month, but I'm still waiting for a bunch that I ordered. I've got like one more order that is about 5 coming from Amazon.uk, and I'll hopefully have one up by Friday, if not Saturday. But I do plan, because 2 of the movies I got were movies that I actually hated the first time I saw them, and then the second time I was like, actually these aren't half. Well, one I watched about 30 minutes to 45 minutes on television, and I was like, I like this, and the other one I just recorded on PVR, and I thought, actually, this isn't a bad movie. What the hell is my problem? Okay, so I hope you guys have a good weekend. Watch a shitload of movies, and give you a. Well, you all know him because we all love Justin. He is just the fucking man. And unfortunately, sweetie, you ain't getting a bag of Skittles from me. I don't think from Canada to the US they'd allow that. But I will leave his the blah 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 down below the description. Yeah, I gotta go to bed. I work tonight. So, like I said, have a good week. Watch a shitload of movies, and of course, as always, rate, comment, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.